Hello everybody. Well, today we're going to take a look at this F36 T8 blacklight batten that I have here. Okay, so this is a blacklight batten, of course, and this one here is in 1.2 meters. Okay, that's the length of it, and it's an F36 T8. It'll also run F40 T12 as well. Okay, and you can also run LED, but I mostly keep blacklight tubes in this batten. Okay, so now I think I did have a video of this, but we're going to make an updated video since I have done a few changes to this batten over the years. Okay, so this batten here I've had for a few years. Okay, I think I got it from a neighbour who was going to throw it away. So I got it and I brought it home, and I have restored it, and it's in very good condition. All right, so So before all the electrical componentry in this batten, like all the wiring and all that, is not original. All the original stuff was no good, so I got rid of all of that and I replaced all of it. Okay, now this batten here is actually unique in one way, and what makes it so unique is that the starter is mounted on the side of the batten instead of coming out through the plate. Okay, now if you recently saw an earlier video that I did on concealed starters versus exposed starters, I had this batten featured in that, and I told you the difference. So if you're not seeing that, you should go back and take a look. Okay, so that's the starter there. Okay, now with these blacklight battens, I like to use these Philips clear starters in it because I think it looks kind of cool. Okay, so this batten has no hole in the plate. Instead, the starter comes out through the side. Okay, so this batten here is different to a lot of the others. Okay, so that's what makes it unique. All right, and because most of the battens that I have, the starter comes in through the plate, or they're concealed starters where there's no starter, where the starter's hidden inside the body of the batten. All right, now when I got this originally, it did have a fixed cord on it, but I stopped using fixed cords and I used removable cords. This is the cord it uses. Okay, I'll turn a white light on so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so this is the cord that I use on these battens now. Okay, I don't use the fixed cords anymore. Okay, just because it's more convenient, it's much more easier to transport it. Okay, so this side of the batten has everything on it. It's got the starter, it's got the port, and of course the switch. All right, now this batten here is not linkable. It doesn't have the power out port, it just has power in. Now originally I had the ports about here, okay, but unfortunately I cut the holes too big. Okay, so what I did was I covered it up with a bit of aluminium and just pop riveted that on there. Then I cut a new hole, okay, and just screwed the port on. All right, so that's all that's new. Okay, now these are lamp holders it uses. This uses the Tombstone style. This is the HPM 380. Okay, so these are not the original lamp holders, but they do work. Okay, the 380. Starter receptacle this uses the HPM 390. All right, so and then we have the lamp holder here. Okay, and I did repaint this batten recently, and you can see I'm already getting my fingerprints all over it. And this side of the batten has nothing. All right, it would have had cable holders, but when I had the fixed cord on it. All right, now on the bottom or the back of the batten, we have these blocks of wood on here. They're just to stabilize the batten, and they do a very good job at stabilizing it. Okay, we have this screw here is for the earthing. This one is for the terminal block. This one here and this one here are for the ballast. Okay, because this does have a ballast in it. Since I don't have any LED blacklight tubes, okay, we can use fluorescent tubes. All right. Okay, and I've got two different types of tubes that we're going to fire up. We've got a Philips Blacklight Blue, and we've got this NEC Blacklight tube. Okay. Now this is made in Japan, as you can see. It's got Japanese written on it. Okay, so this is known as UVA. This is UVB. Okay. All right. So before we fire this batten up, I think we'll take the plate off and we'll take a look inside. Oop. Okay, so we'll use my screwdriver to open it up. Oop. If I can avoid dropping the screwdriver, and hopefully I don't drop my phone. Because when I did the video on the Moonlight batten earlier, I accidentally dropped my phone. And that was not what I had in mind. So take out both screws. Oh, now I've dropped the screwdriver. Okay, so that's not good. Okay, once again, I don't like dropping stuff. Okay, dropping stuff is no fun. Okay, I sure would hate to drop a fluorescent tube because fluorescent tubes are so fragile. They break easily. All right, so now we've got the screws off. Now we can take the plate up. Okay, so we just squeeze it. I think I might have to probably use both hands or... Oh, there we go. It's a bit stuck on that end of the batten. Yeah, for some reason, this end of the batten, it's a bit sticky. All right, so here's what's inside the batten. None of this wiring is original. Okay, so none of this is original. All the original componentry was completely shot, so I replaced all of it. So we have this is our ballast. It's a Tridonic, I think it's made by APCO, okay? And it's for an F36 T8 or F40 T12. Here we have our switch here, and of course we have the power port, okay? We have our terminal block, we have where our earth is connected, and here we have the starter receptacle, and of course you have the wires that go into the lamp holders. Okay, so pretty simple setup inside, okay? All right, so that's all that's inside. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this back together and we'll turn it on. Okay, and this time I'll be certain that I don't drop the screwdriver this time when I tighten the plate down. So what we'll do is we'll get these screws finger tightened first, and then we'll tighten them down with the screwdriver. So it's so simple. So righty tighty, lefty loosey, if you get that terminology. So you turn these to right clockwise to tighten, and turn it to the left anti-clockwise to loosen. Okay, so just do them up. Now we'll get our screwdriver and we'll tighten them down. All right, so now we are ready to fire up the tube. We'll put in the Blacklight blue, okay? So this one here is known as Blacklight blue, as where that one is just Blacklight, okay? But they both put off UV. All right, let's fire them up. Here we go. Oh. Probably how if I had the power switched on. Okay, there we go. I'll turn this off so you can see it a bit better. Okay, so now we've got the Blacklight tube on. Now it's the Blacklight tube puts off a purple colour. Okay. Okay, so this is just Blacklight blue. Okay, we'll fire it up again. Now you watch that starter blink. Okay, I think this is a neon star. It might be an argon. Okay, so that's Blacklight blue, and it does make things glow. You can see the LED tubes glowing there. All right, so this is the type of tube you'd use for parties. Okay, use it for Halloween or whatever like that. All right, so now what we'll do is we'll put in the Blacklight tube. Okay, this one here. Okay, so this is not Blacklight blue. This is just Blacklight. Okay, it's an F40 T12. Here we go. There we go. Now, it didn't blink. For some reason, these T12s, they just don't want to blink very much. Okay, so this is just regular Blacklight. It's not Blacklight blue. Okay. Not much blinkage, apparently. You know, got a bit of end glow. For some reason, these T12s, they just don't want to blink. I don't know why. The T8 one blinks more than the T12. Okay, and that was the same with the Daylight Adelaide. Okay. Yeah. For some reason, they just don't want to blink. All right, but they will. But it does work. Okay. So that's the Blacklight tube. Or I'll put the Blacklight blue back in. Okay, and this one here is a little bit more blinky. There we go. Not much blinkage now, probably because it's warm. But that's just a Blacklight batten there. So that's the 1.2 meter batten that you can get. Okay, you can also get it in a 60 centimeter as well, which is half the length. Okay, but most battens are, but with Blacklight's all going LED now, these are kind of old technology. Okay, but they are good collector's items. Okay, so that is my F36 T8 fluorescent Blacklight batten. Hope you enjoyed, and that'll be it.